one of the most important pieces there, though, was the return to the track of Awapuni, or the return to racing. Brad Taylor heads up the race team there on the eve of a return to a track that, well, is pretty iconic in that area, Brad, as I say hi to you, and will relieve a lot of the pressure on some of the other tracks.
Yeah, definitely. Firstly, hi Greg and viewers. Yeah, it's much needed for the CD now. These smaller tracks have taken a lot of the pressure over the last wee while with Hastings and Awapuni out. So it's good to get us back online, and we've obviously got a couple of meetings before we put the track away for the winter and return for a big spring summer program.
All right, a couple of weeks ago you had some trials there and some pretty glowing reports from some senior jockeys. Gave you the big tick to get back to racing tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. They threw everything at us that day with the weather. We had about 13 mil of rain in the 45 minutes before the first heat, and the track performed really well. So we've had another couple of sets of jump outs with the stewards here in between times, and everyone seems really happy and really positive in their feedback on the track. This was the first heat on that day, and as you can see with that rain, it was hardly even chipping out. It sort of started a soft 5, and probably with the consistent drizzle and 88 horses going across the top of it, it got to probably just a 7 during those trials. So it gave us it gave us great confidence that the track can handle the rain. Again, this week we've had sort of 20 mils before gallops on Tuesday morning, and then it was probably only up just into the 6 range on Tuesday morning, and it's now back to a 5. We put 5 mil irrigation on last night, and we'll probably have to do the same again tonight to just keep it in that range and have a great racing surface for everyone tomorrow.
Brad, talk me through the process and the challenges of getting this track back, because it's been well documented, the challenges that Awapuni had, 12, 18, 2 years ago. It's been ongoing. So what has the process been, and what have some of the challenges been in getting it to this stage?
So I obviously turned up a year ago. That was just before the first bit of first seeds went into the ground for the grass to grow. But before that, it was basically ripped right up. New drainage was put in, the lateral drains, and then it was the soil was put back on. Then a sand carpet, 25 mil sand carpet went on top. Once the grass had grown, we then put the sand slits in. That was the first challenge. We tried to put it in mid-September. It was just too wet for the machinery and was just doing too much damage to the track. So we had to wait. That put us back probably 8 weeks. And we completed that mid-December. That started back in mid-November and finished mid-December. And then it's just been a process of getting grass to grow. We had a very dry summer, and like any farmer would know in the region, it was very hard to grow grass, which was a big challenge. We were putting a hell of a lot of irrigation on top of it, but just needed that natural rain. And we changed around some of the feed structure for the grass over the last sort of 2 months with the help of Bryce Milden from Hastings, who's the RTA and the CD. And we've had also the help of Liam O'Keefe from Flemington and Callum Brown, who's a local now living in Sydney, working on tracks over there. So, with their help, it's made great progress over the sort of last 2 months, and we've seen that with having horses back on it. We've probably had close to 500 horses gallop, trial, jump out across that time. So it's had plenty of work. It had another 30 on Tuesday morning. It responded really well to those gallops with the rain we had over the weekend, and then we've just had a horse. We had another horse this morning just to get the rider feedback. It's a wee bit funny with the Pinot that people will see. It's sort of giving us a little bit of a false reading with the sand layer on top. We get riders to give their feedback, and Kavish, he was the first rider on it, and he's been riding it basically every week since then. He said it was probably on the worst side of a 5 this morning, but we've got a lovely day today, so it's certainly be drying out. We'll do a reading later this afternoon and decide if we have to put some more water on it tonight.
Manawatu ITM Anzac Mile, headed up by He's a Doozy. You've got a cracking race to return to the track.
Yeah, definitely. It's a really even field there, and betting suggests that with with the favourite being $4.50 there. So, yeah, it's a great field. Obviously, he's a doozy. He found form last time, and as a local, he worked well the other morning on the course proper here. And a few Northerners coming down light in the weights here. Obviously, Tony Pike's bringing down Cannon Hill, who's been racing well. So it's a very even field. It's a really good race. And yeah, certainly looking forward to getting horses back on it, especially a listed race tomorrow.
Good on you, Brad. Hey, thanks for your time this afternoon. Congrats on all the work that's been done into your entire team for getting it. It looks fantastic. Can't wait to see it tomorrow, and we wish you all the best.
Thanks, Greg.